Good morning. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Junghans Meister Automatic. This is the reference 027/4050.00. This watch is available from junghans.de for €990. So firstly, let's look at the box that the watch comes in, and then I'll talk you through the other items that come with the piece. So the Meister Automatic comes in a watch box which is protected by this white cardboard outer sleeve, as you can see. On the top of the sleeve it has the Junghans brand emblem and brand logo, and it also states Germany since 1861, and that is indeed true. Junghans have been making watches in the Black Forest in Germany since 1861, so the brand has real heritage and pedigree behind it. With regards to the watch box, it is fully coated with this vinyl leather effect plastic, which is very aesthetically pleasing. It's a very dark chocolate brown colour which looks almost black. On the lid it's embossed with the Junghans brand logo and emblem, and again it states Germany since 1861. Flawless stitching throughout on the lid and all the way around the watch box, and I think it's a credit to Junghans that they haven't cut any corners with regards to the quality of their watch boxes, bearing in mind that this is a mid-tier piece costing €990. So one opens the hinge lid, and as you can see it's spring loaded, and the interior of the watch box is fully upholstered with a vinyl effects material which is cream, and it contrasts beautifully with the dark chocolate brown exterior. The watch itself sits on a padded pillow cushion, as one would expect. And I want to give due credit to Junghans for not cutting any corners with regards to the quality of the finishing. The stitching is flawless, and the upholstering of the vinyl plastic is done to a very high standard. Nice design execution, and it does suffice in protecting the watch in shipping. Inside the lid there is a panel which one pulls down, as you can see, and there's a compartment for storing the warranty booklet, owner's instruction manual and microfiber polishing cloth. So very well thought out, very nice attention to detail and very high quality finishing, and I like everything about it. It's certainly a good quality watch box that one would keep to store one's piece. So with regards to the other items one gets for the watch, when one removes the white cardboard outer sleeve from the watch box, one gets this card leaflet, and it has the hashtag I love Junghans, and on the reverse it has a welcome message to Junghans congratulating the collector on the purchase of the piece. So a nice personal touch from Junghans. One also gets this very comprehensive owner's instruction manual, which is translated into multiple foreign languages, and it details the operation of the caliber J800 automatic movement used in the watch. Very thorough and comprehensive. It has good diagrams and good thorough explanations of the various complications and the functionality of the automatic movement used. So it details the various crown setting positions for setting the date complications, setting the hands, and also manually winding the movement and the operation of the hacking. So very useful read if you're unfamiliar with the caliber J800 used in the watch. One also gets this warranty booklet. So the international guarantee covers the Meister Automatic for 2 years, which is very reassuring. Junghans could have simply offered a 12-month guarantee, but I'm pleased to report that the 2-year guarantee is very comprehensive. So I really like that they're confident in the watch to supply it with a 2-year guarantee. It really is a good indication of build quality. Lastly, one also gets this Junghans branded microfiber polishing cloth, and irrespective of the price point of the watch, I always think it's a nice touch for a brand to include a branded microfiber polishing cloth. It's a nice touch. So with regards to the watch, this is the Junghans Meister Automatic reference 027/4050.00. It's my personal favourite watch in the entire collection. Now, Meister is German for master, and it really stands for masterpiece. The Junghans Meister has always remained, since the 1960s, one of their core pieces in their collection. It really does represent the very best of what Junghans can produce. And I think it's a credit to their watchmaking capability that the design of the Meister has remained relatively unchanged since the 1960s. This watch really has that classic 1960s vintage look with its domed crystal. So with regards to the design of the dial layout and also the hands, it's 1950s Bauhaus inspired design. It has that classic German minimalist design to the indices and also the dolphin hands, with a very thin black line on the dolphin hands which complements the very thin black painted lines on the matte silver dial. So very well executed, good symmetry to the dial layout, and it totally captures German minimalist design. This is the pure design elements of Bauhaus design, and I really like it. So with regards to specification, 38mm case, which is stainless steel. It has a 43mm lug-to-lug measurement, 10mm thick, and it also has a 20mm lug width. So perfect proportions. I would say the Meister Automatic is the perfectly proportioned watch if you're looking for a watch to suit a 6 to 7 inch wrist. And I really think 38mm is a very nice size because it's a versatile size. One could wear this piece as a dress watch, or alternatively it would be very suitable for a daily wear piece. And it's 10mm thick, so it would easily fit underneath the shirt cuff of a business shirt, so it's a practical daily wear piece as a work watch. And I really like that versatility aspect of the watch. Date complication, so it really does everything you could possibly need. So with regards to the rest of the specification, 30 meters water resistance. There is a 30 meter hermetic seal on the push-pull crown, which is coin edge finish, solid stainless steel, and signed with the Junghans brand logo, as you can see. And on the reverse of the case, it has a screw down stainless steel case back, which is glazed with sapphire crystal, and it's very well executed. Mirror polished on the underside of the screw down case back, mirror polished on the underside of the case, the flanks of the case, the tops of the lugs, and also the top side of the case are all mirror polished. And I have to give due credit to Junghans for not cutting any corners with regards to their finishing. This is simply the best quality case finishing I have ever seen on a watch. It is absolutely flawless. Every facet, every bevel, every edge of the case, and also the screw down exhibition case back is polished to a flawless mirror finish. It is absolute perfection. This is the kind of finishing one would expect with a high tier piece, not a mid tier piece costing €990. And I really think it's a credit to Junghans, and it shows the quality and their attention to detail with regards to the finishing of their cases. So domed sapphire crystal. Now this watch in the standard version at €990 is available with a plexiglass domed crystal, which is very aesthetically pleasing. Plexiglass was popular in the 1960s, and the Meister has been made since the 1960s, so it's very appropriate to use a domed plexiglass crystal on the Meister Automatic. But however, if the plexiglass isn't your own personal taste, Junghans also offer an upgrade to sapphire crystal, and they very kindly upgraded this one to sapphire crystal for me. So they do look the same, but I will say that the sapphire crystal is a worthwhile upgrade. The plexiglass does give it a vintage aesthetic. It's coated, which gives it more UV resistance. It's also chemical resistant and also more scratch resistant. So the plexiglass coating is effective in protecting it. But however, the sapphire crystal upgrade is worthwhile in my opinion, because sapphire crystal is harder than plexiglass and therefore more scratch resistant. I find the domed sapphire crystal to be one of my favourite aspects of this watch. It gives a lovely characteristic dome distortion. When one tilts the piece at an oblique angle, as you can see, you get this slight magnification and also slight distortion effect to the dolphin hands and that Bauhaus minimalist design with the painted indices. So I really like that aspect. Now the interesting thing about this watch is it's an automatic, but it's only 10mm thick, including the exhibition case back and domed sapphire crystal. And I feel that's very impressive and it's worth discussing. 10mm is really the kind of thickness one would expect to see with a quartz powered piece, or alternatively a manual wind piece, not an automatic, because having a rotor on the underside of an automatic movement adds significant thickness to the movement, and therefore the case and the case back need to be thicker, deeper, to accommodate the extra thickness of the automatic movement with the rotor. Really, it's a credit to Junghans that they were able to get this watch down to only 10mm thick, including that domed crystal and the exhibition case back. It's a very low profile dimension, and I really like that aspect of it. Perfect proportions, 38mm, 43mm lug-to-lug measurement with a 20mm lug width. Very well balanced head of the piece, which balances the 20mm calf leather strap. Now the calf leather strap is innovative. Rather than having stitching, which is the conventional method for the leather strap, it actually is embossed. As you can see, there's a groove of embossing all the way around the strap, and it's very aesthetically pleasing. It really does complement the Bauhaus design of the dial and dolphin hands, but it's actually very nice to look at and also very practical. There's no stitching to come loose, so this is a strap that's going to last a good length of time. With regards to the quality of the calf leather, yes, it's a thick strap, it's clearly going to last a long time, but I'm very confident that the quality of the calf leather means that it's going to break in very quickly and become very supple and comfortable to wear the piece for long periods of time. Solid stainless steel buckle, which is beautifully engraved with the Junghans logo, and it's always nice to see a signed buckle and tang on a good quality calf leather strap. Two keepers on the leather strap, one is fixed, one slides as one would expect, and I'll just show you the interior of the leather strap because I just think it's one of the best executed leather straps that I've seen. It's embossed with the Junghans brand logo and emblem, as you can see on one side, and on the other side it says genuine leather and L for large and 20 for 20mm thick. And it really is nice not to have any stitching because it means it's perfectly smooth on the underside and therefore very comfortable to wear on the wrist. And also on the top side it's perfectly smooth with no stitching. It just has those two grooves for the embossing. Plenty of adjustment, plenty of holes, so regardless of your wrist size, this will suit a 6 to 7 inch wrist with no difficulty whatsoever. So with regards to the screw down exhibition case back, they haven't cut any corners because it has sapphire crystal rather than mineral crystal in the case back. Now the caliber J800.1 used in this watch is based on the Swiss ETA 2824-2, and as you'll know from my previous reviews, the ETA 2824-2 is a personal favourite movement of mine. As you can see, there's beautiful pelage finishing to the bridges and it's decorated with blued screws. Junghans also add their own handmade stainless steel rotor to the movement, and it's beautifully engraved with Junghans and the brand emblem. Very nicely executed movement, nice to see decoration, pelage finishing on the bridges with those blued screws. Now with regards to the ETA 2824-2, it's a reliable, well proven workhorse Swiss movement. 38-hour power reserve, and it has hand winding and hacking. It has 25 joules and it runs at the industry standard for automatic movements, 28,800 vibrations per hour and a frequency of 4 Hz. There are no negatives whatsoever to the ETA 2824-2, so it was a very credible choice for Junghans to use when they created their caliber J800.1 by adding their own rotor to the movement. I really like it. I think it's the perfect movement for a daily wear piece and also a watch which could potentially be worn as a dress piece. The quality of the screw down exhibition case back is just incredible. I absolutely love the engraving and the quality of the polishing on the screws. Nice symmetry to the screws holding down the case back, and again it provides an effective hermetic seal to 30 meters, which is perfectly adequate for a daily wear piece or a dress piece. So I'll give you a wrist shot and you can see how the watch fits on my 8-inch wrist. Now for reference, this is the long strap, and as I've discussed, it will fit a 6 to 7 inch wrist with no problems whatsoever. I have an 8-inch wrist and it's often the case that straps are just a fraction too short. But I'm pleased to report that, as you can see, there is plenty of length on this strap, so it would indeed fit up to an 8-inch wrist. As you can see, even when I slide the end of the strap through the two keepers, there is still length available on the strap and spare holes. So I would advise you, if you have a 6 to 7 inch wrist, the long length of strap is the perfect length. If you have a smaller than 7-inch wrist, I would advise you to go for the medium length strap. Incredibly comfortable calf leather strap. I find the signed stainless steel buckle to be very aesthetically pleasing due to the mirror polishing, and it just immediately feels comfortable. The thing that strikes me about this piece is, although it's an automatic, it feels absolutely weightless on the wrist. The feel-good factor, the comfort, the fit are all exceptional. 43mm lug-to-lug measurement is relatively small, and the downward slope of those well-executed lugs means that it wraps around the wrist very well. It's easily going to fit underneath the shirt cuff, as I've discussed, because it's only 10mm thick, even though it has a domed sapphire crystal. I love the mirror polishing to the dolphin hands with those thin black lines running down the centre section. They really do beautifully complement the Bauhaus style design with those minimalist black line indices. Very nice matte silver dial, which is very eye-catching because it has a contrasting white chapter ring indexing the minute ticks. Date complication is beautifully framed and clearly legible in all light conditions because it has a white date wheel with black numerals which complements the black indices. As you can see, the domed sapphire crystal is just beautiful to look at any angle, particularly when one tilts the piece at an oblique angle and sees the magnification and distortion effect. So this watch really does capture Bauhaus design, and it really does capture the essence of a 1960s Meister, but it also looks contemporary because it has an embossed strap without any stitching. I think Junghans have done the right thing. They've created a contemporary looking watch, but which still has 1950s inspired Bauhaus design to the dolphin hands and the dial layout. So it's the perfect compromise between a contemporary piece that one could wear daily and also as a dress piece, but also a vintage aesthetic piece due to the domed crystal and also the Bauhaus style design. So lastly, I'll surmise the piece. What do I think of it overall? Well, when I'm considering reviewing a watch on my channel, the watch should meet two criteria. It should be both excellent quality and excellent value at the respective price point. So the respective price point of this watch is €990 with the plexiglass crystal. Now, if the plexiglass crystal isn't your own personal taste, Junghans do offer the option of upgrading the plexiglass crystal to a sapphire crystal, which you're looking at in this piece. Personally, I think it's worth the extra €250 in addition to the €990 to upgrade to sapphire crystal because it's harder and more scratch resistant. What it comes down to is personal taste. Some collectors will appreciate the plexiglass because it gives the watch a 1960s aesthetic. It does make it look like one of the original Meisters from 1960s. Personally, I like the versatility of having a sapphire crystal because it means that for a daily wear piece it's incredibly scratch resistant. So really the choice is yours. I think this is an excellent quality watch and excellent value watch at €990. I also think it's still an excellent quality and excellent value watch with the €250 additional expense of the sapphire crystal upgrade. What one has to remember is this watch is made in Germany and it has a high quality Swiss made ETA 2824-2 movement in the caliber J800.1. Beautifully decorated with pelage finishing as I've discussed. Sapphire crystal in the exhibition case back. There are no corners cut with this watch. It really is the perfect Bauhaus watch. Even the calf leather strap is finished to perfection. So I'm going to declare this watch a champagne watch for lemonade money. I think this watch would be good value at €1,500 to €2,000. To get this watch at €990 with a plexiglass crystal is exceptional value. Even if one factors in the additional cost of €250 to upgrade the crystal, it is still outstanding value. This is the perfect Bauhaus watch, so I'm going to highly recommend it to you for your consideration. I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Junghans Meister Automatic, reference 027/4050.00. Please feel free to post your own comments below the video. Thank you very much.